Dubai being one of the world's most popular destinations, I thought I'd take you there. The international city where 90% of residents are actually expatriates and 10% are local Emirati citizens. Dubai is a union of 7 regions, or emirates, that make up the United Arab Emirates. It sits on the Persian Gulf with a population of about 9.5 million people. Each emirate is governed by an absolute monarch, and one monarch is selected as president of the UAE. Islam is the religion, and Arabic is the language. With flights between 4 to 7 hours from almost any place in Europe, including India and Asia and Africa and Singapore, Dubai truly is a global village. So come with me and explore the topics of health, spirituality, and creative expression, starting with this introduction from Persian-born Dubai resident of 20 years, Pierre Ravan.
First, I wanted to thank you and whoever is contributing to such a positive thing. And as you correctly said, this is not an accident we're here, okay? But we have a big responsibility. Only even, I'm not saying being a good speaker, just the thought that we are here and may this place serve back to the people of this country. There is no luck, all these collective souls are meant to be together. And I personally think it's a big responsibility that we have, especially you, this beautiful city, towards this beautiful country that is evolving amongst all the turbulences. Let us be united in our thought and may this place grow spiritual. That's the first thing. Just to introduce myself humanly, my name is Pierre Ravan. My real name is Ravan. Pierre Ravan is my artistic name. I do many things, but what I am related here that she tried to put me here is I'm in entertainment business. I deal with people who take drugs, drink alcohol, some of them they don't, but mostly nightlife, mostly youth, mostly people who try to find their retreat in the clubs or in the bars and everything. And what I learned is to not judge anyone. Every soul is created and every soul has a path to grow. The job of us is to be able to just open up something which they needed to see. There's a lot of interesting people in that world. We're all human beings. My work, I feel that it's to be able to demonstrate what is balance, and I feel without that balance, we all as a human being would be lost.
Pierre is talking about a responsibility to lead average people in the country toward a higher way of thinking, being, and living. That leads us to wellness, and it takes us to the questions of this episode.
Well, if you think of the generations of 50 years ago, it was very different lifestyle to it is now. And people took in a lot of sugar. These days, present day, the disorders are the same as any big city. Stress, high expectation of themselves, family issues, so physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, nothing to do, too much to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm Roberto Milletti. I'm from Italy, from Rome. I'm so happy and grateful to be here, to live and share timeless moment with you. It's beautiful, amazing moment for me.
I'm Francesca and I come from Italy too, and I'm more than happy to be here.
In Italy, are there certain health issues that you see happening more and more?
I would say that due to the crisis, we got a big economic crisis right now, so people tend to get very depressed or very anxious a lot. So people decide to attend yoga, and attending yoga helps to find, maybe to help you to live in the moment. And when you are in the moment, you can deal with issue because you are not projecting yourself in the future, or you are not attached to the past, and you learn to transform and go with life.
Yeah, when we rediscover our moment to be here and now, in this eternal now, of course everything is a problem, etc., disappear immediately. Yeah, if the mind gets stuck into the future, soon the mind becomes anxious mind. If it gets stuck into the past, becomes depressed mind.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
For this reason, it's very important to be here because it's our true essence, it's our true nature.
So it's about
guess.
being here now,
Yeah.
right in this present moment.
Yes. Not only with mind, but body and mind, spirit, soul.
Right.
If you want to take it in a very earthly approach, I would say nutrition plays a lot.
Nutrition.
Yeah. And I personally think that when you find this balance between the body and the soul, that's why the body has to be treated well. The body has to be nurtured with the right food. Of course, if you come to me, I would say first it has to be the food of the soul. But till then, in the very like a lower level, you should purify the body. When I say purify body, I'm not just necessarily meaning just be only vegetarian or don't eat meat. It's not about don't eat, don't do. It's just one rule. Listen to your body, the body will tell you.
Okay.
This is what I think Dubai wants. And this is actually what Dubai welcomes. This is what the whole world has to know.
From Ireland to Dubai, only 3 months ago. So we just moved 3 months, yeah. So it's good. It's good. Adapting quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we're natural nomads, us Irish, I think, you know. We're everywhere.
Got it. Right?
Yeah. So we settle easy. For me, I really firmly I believe that stress is a killer. Stress and worry, they make you ill. You know, you become closed, not even just physically your posture, but for disease and so forth, you know. And I think you live a healthier life. Just take it for what it is.
Everyone has problem with the nutrition, with health, with different things. So the key idea is that in the Middle East, it's very hectic, the lifestyle. People tend to grab fast food and snacks and stuff like that just to save time. So our shows will help people choose healthy snacks, you know how to make healthy alternative options that makes sense in their busy routine.
I think the biggest health issue in Dubai and the consumer world is the issue of having too much. Honestly speaking, we have too much, and we don't have. There is no reality in Dubai, so we are hyper tense, thinking of things which are not important, living for the future and forgetting the journey to reach there.
Yes, is it the problem with having too much that leads to the diabetes, or is it the diabetes that feeds into it? What comes first?
Okay, the first thing is to create the awareness. This is the biggest thing. You see, the ignorance. I mean, we feel that we think we know everything, but a lot of things printed in the newspapers and magazines and so forth, but it's never applied.
We all like to eat bread every day, but what we do not understand is that the gluten affects your physical body tremendously. So things like gluten, a high level of sugar diet, it activates the insulin in your body, the brain starts becoming very active, you release peptides in your brain, and then your whole entire nervous system is working like crazy. So we need to increase an awareness, as the Dr. says, and education.
In Dubai, we are living very comfort zone. Everybody is so comfort zone, and people have everything. There is no peace of mind.
Poor nutrition, hypertension, and lack of stillness or reflective time are top issues connected to the degrading health in the Middle East. Life is so full of stimulation. We really do need time to decompress from our day, and the food we choose to eat is not always what the body needs. Are the same health problems that exist here in the States being exported abroad? Let's go to the next question.
We put them in to float, and normally our doctor, Dr. Asma, who's an Ayurveda doctor, she might stay with them in order for them to start feeling safe, feeling comfortable, feeling relaxed. And then from that time, once they're safe, I think when anyone's safe, then they relax, and then the meditation process kicks in.
And what do you mean when you say float?
Flotation is floating in magnesium sulphate or Epsom salts in a dark chamber. rest, which is restrictive environmental stimulation therapy. It's restricting your sound, it's restricting your light. There's nothing. So when that happens, the brain searches for something. Where's my phone? Where's my children? I need to do this. I need to do this. And then once it's finally given up, the body then goes into a different state. But it's a way of getting to know yourself. And I must say, one of the nicest things about opening here is the local people understand knowing themselves. As a Western person myself, I know I'm very out there all the time. I've got to go out there, I've got to do this. Whereas they understand being in, reflection. Wonderful.
During the Odaka warrior flow, we meditating during the transition, moving into stillness.
Moving into stillness.
Yes.
So it allows you to meditate while you're moving.
Exactly.
We move in a very, very slow way, so you can be present through yourself and through your motion. The more you move fast, the easier it becomes to get lost with your thoughts. Of course, moving slow is not easy at the beginning because your mind doesn't want to do it. But when you get into it, it's like meditating, sitting, or just moving.
Because we are going to integrate during the flow our conscious and unconscious mind. So we work in the alpha state of brain waves. So without any tension, but without any relaxation. No tension, no relaxation, to channelize and keep the brain alive.
There is a beautiful Zen story about a master. There is a student that goes to the master and said, "Master, I got many times that are attacked, that are coming through my life, and I don't know how to react." And the master said, "Don't overreact. Things tend to come one by one. Stay with the one, and then everything will fix. So stay with one thing."
With one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I personally think meditation is very important to first to be described. Because for a lot of people, they think it's just sitting out of the mountain on the beach and have the finger crossed and say, "Oh." That's very cute and beautiful. But the real meditation means that you're constantly thinking about one thing and you want to become on what you meditate. That's the ultimate goal of the meditation. That's why in a lot of system of meditation, people even meditate on power, which it's not now the topic to debate that, but ultimately for the health, what is the beautiful about meditation is because ultimately when you meditate, you connect with your inner self. Mm-hmm. And when you connect to the inner self and became in a very stable place, and the whole blood flow, the whole digestion, all became focused. And most importantly, in the real system of the meditation, even the breathing start to be in a very, very subtle way. That is not that you have to control the breathing will fall into the place in a very natural way. Mm-hmm. And that's the way then you feel you are in that state of balance. And when you stay that balance, then the health is restored.
Wow, how? Okay, my teacher gave us 3-step meditation. There are like tons of meditation steps, but she gave us the easiest step. First step is to find your seat, comfortable seat. That's the step 1. Okay. And step 2, just don't move.
I like that.
Step 3, just focus on anything that you like or that you need or that you seek for. So I think meditation is not only for yoga teachers or yoga students, for anyone who are looking for something important in their lives. I think it will help and it will give benefit for, I think, all people.
I think the main tip for me would be not to overthink it, not to over try. Just let it go, let it be. And I'm very much into the mindful presence of meditation. With your practice over the years, things change. You begin sort of thinking, I have to sit down and I have to sit like this and I have to meditate, I need to. And actually, if you just let it be more organic and just let it go, And even for me, with the simple thing of moving to Dubai, it's difficult, you know, when you
Right.
make a move, and especially with children. But the one thing that helped me every single day was my meditation through mindful presence, be it just washing the dishes at the sink, but actually mindfully washing the dishes. I didn't worry in that moment. And and in a way, when you look back, when I think of my grandmother, for instance, back in Ireland, and I think all that era, they lived like that all of the time. They always did. I went every time I would run in the door, my grandmother would nearly be, she had all her stuff done, all of her chores, all her responsibilities, but you would often find her sitting in her chair praying or just being. And we need to do that, and to slow, you're healthier.
Exactly.
You just become holistically healthier in every single way, on every level.
For the person who is not a yogi, who is trying to understand what yogis are doing and what meditation is about, it sounds like you're describing focus.
Very presence, just being. And you don't have to be, I mean, what is a yogi? I have no different gifts to anybody else. I'm a simple woman, mother, wife, just like other people, you know. We all have the tools within us. We all have exactly what we need within us to live this best life, to live this life for ourselves.
What are some of the benefits?
Oh, you're just happier, you're in the moment. Worry, people, the world we live in, people constantly worry, and they have a lot of worries. We have a lot of responsibilities, economically, socially, and you don't, for me, I really firmly believe that stress is a killer. Stress and worry, they make you ill. You know, you become closed, not even just physically your posture, but for disease and so forth, you know.
What would you recommend for a typical working man?
And which actually is, and it's a great question to ask, and to direct it towards the male of the species as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is great. I think, you know, oh, how beautiful if they came in the door and they rolled out their mat and lit their candles, and that's beautiful and perfect. But not always practical either.
Exactly.
You know? So, and I don't think it has to be even when he comes in home. It's throughout his day, from the moment he wakes up in the morning, when he is signing that letter at work. Just focus on signing the letter. To change the way you think, that you're not signing that letter with going, oh, at lunch now I have to meet, you know, and you're not doing anything. Overcrowding of the mind like that and thinking of so many thoughts, you're doing everything half. You're not doing anything full or present. So when you come home, like I said, it doesn't have to be only when you come home, but when the man comes home, when he's having his dinner, mindfully eat his dinner. When he's speaking to his wife or his children or whatever, be present, mindfully speak. And you also find you become more successful because you are doing that exactly what it is that you're doing. You're doing it 100%.
Is that a difficulty with faith and religion here in the Middle East?
I wouldn't say there is a difficulty in faith and religion. See, it's a very cosmopolitan city and country, and everyone is allowed to do, within certain guidelines, practice their religion and everything, and this is a great factor. But as long as the key humanitarian things or guidelines are respected,
Wonderful.
Anyone is welcome to do anything in the country.
And that's important all around the world for things to be respected.
That's a good question. Meditation is a powerful tool for me. Simple in terms of breathing deeply, silently, 15 minutes of every day, most every day. That is a tool to center myself. Actually, I can do an active meditation simply using appreciation in any moment.
What would that literally look like? Give me an example.
Okay. I think it would look different for everybody in every situation. And one example might be if I'm not feeling very good, to just start feeling in a very general sense anything I'm appreciative for. I could even start with something as basic as I'm alive.
Wonderful.
And move up the scale. In times when I'm feeling very good and I want to feel even better, I pick everything in my surroundings. Doesn't have to be, but that's easy for me to look around and start naming everything I'm appreciative for. This beautiful environment we're in now, the sunshine, the blue sky, and that takes me from whatever state I'm at currently into a higher feeling state.
I know that you're into photography. So does that sort of tie into this appreciation?
I feel like it does, and I feel like for anybody doing photography, if they formulate a habit of focusing on their feeling before and during the taking of a picture or even a video, then we can truly communicate that feeling through the medium of photography and video footage.
It seems that meditation, with a focus on relinquishing the past and the future, can help you live in the present, reducing psychological, emotional, and physical stress. This is what living in the now is all about. Going with the flow, taking things one day at a time. So let's find out what kinds of yoga are practiced.
My teachers are in United States. They're from New York. However, they learn yoga from 3 teachers from India. And the goal is in its name. Jiva means individual soul, and Mukti means liberation. The goal is to be liberated while we are in this body. Not after we die, but when we are still alive, we try to be liberated. That's the goal of this Jivamukti yoga. Liberated from anything, all kind of pain or all kind of things that people don't want to have. Or main key to practice Jivamukti yoga is based on ahimsa, which is non-harming to others. So we stop harming others, then others will stop harming us. Practicing yoga doesn't mean you have to be on the mat. So it's like it's your lifestyle. When you first decide to change your lifestyle, then that's the moment you are practicing it. And when your action or your words or thinking will start to not harm others but try to help others, then that's a practice of yoga. Like for example, like vegetarianism, that will be another yoga practice. Very important.
Good. We grew up nearby the ocean, spending most of our time practicing yoga, meditation, martial art on the shore.
Martial arts?
Yeah.
No, his background is very martial artist.
I'm more martial artist than yogi, but at the end, to be a warrior means to be adaptable, to be fluid, to be supple.
To be a yogi.
To be a yogi,
To be a yogi.
Yeah.
Wow. We're all not pretzels. I'm certainly not a pretzel, but as much as I'd love to be. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, but as you know, yoga is not just about the asana practice, you know?
Exactly.
And another thing which I cannot say enough is the pranayama, the breathing, and that helps so much with living your best life with that mindful presence as well, you know, because it's all in the breath.
Right.
It's there for everybody. Just relaxing the shoulders, and that's on a physical level.
Right.
I always used to say to my students, you know, the world we live in, mobile phones are everywhere.
Yeah.
They ring constantly, you know, and I said every time, I used to use it as a trigger. You hear the mobile phone ring, just say, how am I? If you're sitting in the car, am I driving like this, or am I driving like this?
Wonderful.
You know, so you can use all of those modern tools to your advantage.
Yoga for me personally has been and continues to be a path where I can connect with myself, with my heart space, and I naturally reached here when I said myself, the being that I truly am. And beyond those words that may sound a little grandiose, in a practical sense, I can feel my body. I can feel how my body is feeling, not only physically but emotionally.
I have designed 7 to 9 posture only for diabetes patient. Either some students I have the severe knee pain, they are not able to sit on your knee. Then I design on their stomach. If you are not able to lie down on the floor, you can do it on your bed. So always I make the small packages according her body need and requirement. When they come in my center with full pain, I can see pain on their face, and if they go back, just we can see the smile of peace on their face.
And now I ask them about their personal spiritual practices.
Well, running a studio, it means that you have to deal with a lot of ordinary stuff. And that's a good exercise to be a yogi into your daily life, and just whatever happens, there is a meaning. So don't overreact, don't fight. What you always do, learn not to fight with your life. Go with the flow and learn your lesson.
Without fighting, we can create a bigger reality in our life to expand a field of our possibilities and potentialities. Every time we fight with something, inside or outside, we lose our happiness, our wellness, our relationship. How to surf the wave of life. And the life is in continual, perpetual transformation. So more we are adaptable, more we are supple and fluid, more we can surf.
Surfing through life.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, thank
Really
you, Angela.
appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for your incredible work.
Yeah, really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
So grateful to be
You
here.
are welcome.
A lot.
First, I have to say I'm so grateful to my guide, to my friend. And I realized that he gave me so much. God.
You pause for
And you realize that at the grace of what my beloved friend, master, my everything, my mother, everything, I call it, you keep that balance of life. And that beauty of that balance is that you realize that I am here. I live in the life which is full of duality. Earthly life is duality. It's pain, it's joy. It's life, it's death. You have to live that duality of life. And for that, you have to be very, very vigilant to have this balance. And when you bring that balance in life, and you realize that, okay, I need to start my day with feeding my soul. The same way that you need to feed your body. I have to take a shower. I need to wash my soul. Then Pierre Ravan, what he do? I wake up at dawn, when is the total balance between the day and night. That's where you're totally connected to that source. Meditate. How you meditate? You put that subtle suggestion that the divine light is present. The minute you put that suggestion, that transmission flow from the source, and you fed. You sit for 1 hour. Then your meditation finished. Then I start my very active life. Then come home, do my gym, have some student for meditation, and then before going to the club, because as an artist I have to DJ, I have a system which I call it the cleaning. I use the same energy from the source and clean all the impression, all the luggage that I accomplished with me, and try to move life.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you to all of you. Angela, thank you for you, especially that this year you did the C track, the consciousness track. You try to elevate the mind of the people. May this serve the people of this country. May this place be enlightened with love in the heart of everybody. Thank you.
I'm always grateful. I thank for everything. And I ask for help, and I've had to do that a lot in the last 3 months with the move. 2 beautiful children, but they were crying at night some nights. Oh, we miss this, we miss, So you ask and you pray for, I always ask for guidance. And I have great faith, I really trust, and I believe. And again, that's the mindful presence. No matter how good, bad, or indifferent the experience is that you're having, I have faith that it actually is what is meant to be happening at that moment. I may not like it, I may not understand it, eventually I will. But it's acceptance,
Wonderful.
And I would be hugely spiritual, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Rita. We appreciate your time.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
For me, spirituality has morphed from something to be attained and something outside of myself to something very easy and basic that's within me. And that's actually by feeling good and sharing that joy. That's spirituality to me. And the feeling good sense of making my decisions from heart-based living is making my decisions from my spirit, which to me is spirituality.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Spirituality is personal. Everyone interviewed has their own way of practicing that might include cultural aspects of who they are. Yet the ritual in itself involves some kind of stillness or mindfulness, focusing on the present moment, or just connecting with their breath. I now turn to questions on creative expression.
I know that music is a big part of your life, and music is the language that goes all over the world. Your music has a special vibration, and tell me a little bit about your music and how it can help the average person who's working hard, and tell me a little about that in terms of health and spirituality and balance.
You correctly said, if you go back to the history, even in all philosophy, mystical path, religion is one thing. You always say the music is a direct picture of the beloved. If there is a music which touches your heart, the work is done. My music, surprisingly, people call it a spiritual house, but mistakenly they think because we call it spiritual, it has to have a ethnic feeling to it, which is wrong. Or they think it's a chanting, or you can hear like a Buddha, is wrong. My music is, when you play for youngsters, you come and you ask them, just open your heart, be yourself, let yourself go, and that music to take you there. If that heart is touched, if that heart is awakened, then everything is awakened.
Street culture, and especially street dance and the performing arts in general, it's very, very well known and widely spread in South Africa, and it was introduced into my life at a very young age, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and it's just evolved and grown since then. I've been trained in ballet, jazz, contemporary, tap, but I have been pulled into the street and urban side of it, and I do hip-hop, dancehall, Afrobeats, contemporary. I still obviously do tap and everything, but my main focus and my main passion is for dancehall, hip-hop and Afro. There's a big difference and a big love for the street that I can't get in a dance studio.
Understood.
Outside in the street and with the people and the culture, it's raw, it's real, and it's more than just dancing. Like in South Africa, and I've come to know it in Dubai too, it's a community. And we all share one love, one passion for something that can't be taught to us in the university, or it can't be taught to us even inside a dance studio. It's something that we need from the outside, from, as we say, the street. Of course, the performing arts is not, in a lot of countries, it's like in the Middle East, it's very hard. It's not something that is put on a pedestal. It's something that is frowned upon. Mm-hmm. It's not something that people see as a career or a job, like a doctor or someone that sits in an office. The Middle East has actually introduced me to dancers from all around the world, from Sweden, from Russia, Dubai, Jordan, the Middle East itself. It's just Dubai, because it's so multicultural and multinational, there are so many dancers in Dubai from so many different countries, and it's amazing to see how we're all from so many different parts of the world, but we're connected in one way. We do what we love, and we love what we do. We are not doing anything for money, for fame. We are born with this passion and this talent, and this is what we dedicate our lives to.
Pierre's music and Vernay's dancing inspire their spirit. So take a look at what drumming does to our spiritual vibrations. From all over the world who have settled in Dubai among the local Emirate citizens are much like us right here in the USA. Trade doesn't stop at sharing products and services. It includes the export and import of health issues related to fast foods and a busy life full of stress. But before you go, Enjoy watching the creative expression of a Telluride teen in front of Burj Al Arab. Thanks for watching. See you next episode.